Well, good morning. So I'm here with Sarah Garcia from the Montana Vehicle Division, and we're here to talk about those real IDs. Yes, that means another trip down to the DMV for, exciting day. So really, let's get down to the nugget of it. Why are these real IDs so important, and what documentations do people need to bring so they're not making multiple trips so they can get it done all right then and there?
Sure, Phoenix, when the Congress passed the Real ID Act in 2005, this placed some restrictions on what you needed to have to fly and access federal facilities nationwide. So Montana started issuing these cards back in January of 2019. And we've issued about 58,000 of them to date. So what you need to do is get online and get your appointment to get this Real ID if you think you're going to need to fly or access a federal facility, military base in the next several months. So what you will need to do as far as documents is, generally speaking, you will need either a certified birth certificate or an unexpired valid passport that you may have. And then in addition to that, you're going to need an unlaminated Social Security card, and then 2 pieces of mail with your residential address that matches the name on those other identification documents that you've provided. You can actually go on our website, it's mtrealid.gov, and find out more information, because there's other documentation that you may have in addition to this or in place of these other documents that will you can bring to the driver's license station to get your ID.
One other question is, say someone recently got married or they had a couple name changes, they were going to need some proof that you got divorced and you went back to all these wonderful maiden and married names and everything else.
Yes, so just make sure that any documents that show the trail of any name changes that you may have had, whether it was through an adoption or it was through some other name change, whether marriage, divorce, or anything else, make sure that you have those documents so that we can show that there's a clear trail on when that name was changed and what it was changed to.
And then also, how much are the costs? I mean, do the prices vary if you are transferring or for renewing?
Sure, if you're inside of your renewal window, so your driver's license is getting ready to expire, then the cost is actually $25 plus $40 if you're going to get a regular 8-year standard driver's license. If you're outside of your renewal window and you just want to come in and replace that and upgrade to a Real ID, it's an additional $50 plus our $10 replacement fee that we charge with that.
Okay, earlier this week, Senator Steve Daines made a comment, or he actually asked President Trump to extend this. Do you feel that Montanans just need that extra time?
Sure. I think, Montana was one of the last 11 states to implement the Real ID Act. In 2019, when we first started issuing these cards, as I said, we've issued about 58,000 of those cards to date. Not really knowing for sure how many people are going to want or need to get one of these ID cards. We do anticipate people will start thinking about it more in the summertime, and we may have a rush before the October 1st current enforcement date. So if there is an extension, of course it will help Montanans down the road. But in the meantime, until we hear that if President Trump does sign off on an extension of some type, we do encourage people to get online and get that appointment now and get in and get the Real ID if they think they're going to need one. Also, I just want to remind people that if you're inside of your renewal window, if you need to renew in the next 6 months, you can actually renew 6 months before your birthday.
Great. Thank you so much. Well.